Hello and Merry Christmas from everyone here at Italicar. Obviously 2020 has had difficulties for everyone, but what we've missed is catching up with you guys. So what we thought we'd do is open the doors to the workshop and just give you an idea of what we've been busy doing this year. So on one of the rare days that we were actually all in the office together, me, Luke, my dad and Star, we just tried to remember about the cars we'd sold this year, cars of yours that you've brought in to be worked on, restoration project, just give you a glimpse of what you've been missing whilst we haven't unfortunately been able to be fully open. So yeah, while we can't give you an actual coffee at the moment, and some might say that's a good thing, we thought we'd just give you a virtual one. So yeah, as you can probably tell, we have managed to keep busy in 2020. It's been difficult, but the workshop has never been empty. Luckily, we've been working on a few long-term projects which sort of tided us over whilst lockdown was in full swing. I mean, we haven't really noticed any slowdown to the point that we still haven't actually been able to use our own cars, like the Alfa Romeo Spider that some of you may probably recognise from the very early days of italicar.
I think it was the very first car that was delivered here on a transporter.
Yeah, no, trailer. I trailered it back. I was always planning to keep it, but MOT'd it in 2009 and it sat in my own personal garage and done 60 miles. And I think this year alone in 2020, I've done 6 miles. And I keep looking at it. It looks so nice and it's a shame that someone isn't out there enjoying it. We spent thousands of pounds on new panels and chased up men in Italy for the correct colour blue leather because that was a very rare colour and only sort of on the original first series 3s.
We've done 60 miles.
And we've done 60 miles in it in one of the most beautiful spiders you'll see.
Yeah.
We didn't really do much to the mechanics because once we got up and running it didn't need much. But
if you had the chance to use it more next year, you'd just do a little bit of felling to it.
Yeah.
Probably the hardest thing we found is sales because of the restrictions really, but we have managed to sell a few.
Yes, this time last year we were dragged out to Juliet 116. A guy came to us and said his dad was clearing his sheds out, got this old Alfa Romeo that needs to go, can we do anything with it? Of course, we rushed out there because there was a dying Alfa Romeo in need. Looked at it, it needed a lot of work. It was fairly bad. We knew we ain't going to get the time to do this the justice it needs, so we advertised that over Christmas and that went to a new home, an Alfa Romeo man.
Fiat Tipo.
Sold the Fiat Tipo Gran Turismo.
I'd forgotten about that. Sold the Panda 100.
Yeah, Panda 100 horsepower we sold. It was literally, we had a very quiet month at the beginning of lockdown, and that's what gave us the opportunity to just, those cars were nearly finished.
The coupe we should have kept.
Yes, yeah, that was the one. I actually said, we'll get everything ready. I don't mind about anything else going, but the coupe, that's me.
Yeah. I can remember driving it then and thinking, this is incredible. This is the best coupe I've driven.
Now settle in for a famous Billy story.
Well, the 124 Spider, I've known this one from new. The owner of Woodland Car Sales, Paul Caston, and myself went off to Belgium to buy some Pandas, but ended up buying a 124 Spider. I drove it back from Felixstowe because Paul didn't like driving a left-hand drive car on right-hand drive roads. And then the next time I drove it was when we MOT'd it in August, so I've known it right from day one. Unfortunately, Paul passed away this year, and so we brought the car back and did a few jobs to it, got it running. It's been stored in a heated garage literally from day one. Paul used it as a summer daily driver. He fit the tow bar because he used towed a little sailing dinghy. I'd love to keep the car, but I never use it. I'm too old I can hardly get in and out of the cars now, so there'd be no point in me buying it. The son-in-law decided that perhaps that wasn't the car for him, but then they've got 7 other cars to choose from, so I can understand that.
We get a hugely eclectic mix of customers' cars coming in from just general servicing right up to nut and bolt restoration projects.
This year we've seen 2 Lancia Beta Monte Carlos. Yeah, both the same colour.
Slightly different in other ways.
Yeah. We look after so many Fiat 124 Spiders I've lost count.
Cups.
Yeah, we've had GTV
Yeah.
cups in.
Mark
That had a
Mark.
service, the low mileage one.
The optician.
One from Lincolnshire came to us for cam belt and that had been stored for a few years.
Well, we've done Barchetta and cam belts. You've done Uno gear linkages.
Yeah.
You've done
Yeah.
Tipo.
Tipo 1.4 coming in because he's lost his clutch. That's one that we sold a few years ago. Just before Christmas, Lancia Delta Integrale Evo in to do cam belt and clutch. Yeah, that would be a nice Christmas present.
Now on to the orangest yellow Fulvia you'll ever see.
This came, I want to say about March, April. Came to us painted and fully stripped down, and it was a case of just putting back together, which is very awkward. It's awkward enough when you stripped it down and you're putting it back together 6 months later. And we had to get it up and running as well, but it's slowly but surely taking shape. I'm going to concentrate on the interior next and start getting some bits in there. Check all the electrics work. If I had a month on it, it would be done.
Me personally, other than working from home and growing a dirty great lockdown beard, is he selling the reproduction engine based stickers?
GT 3.2 V6, our track day car. Been lucky enough in this crazy year to do a few. Fiat tempered turbo diesel with the digital dash though. Some people might recognise this one. Facelift conversion 156 V6. Guy bought it in Liverpool and sent it back to us for some MOT work.
And here's probably my favourite car of the year.
Well, here's in the X19 that beginning of the year we did advise the customer that was probably a little bit too far gone, but the underside is already looking like new. All the suspension has been replaced. New discs, new calipers. Took a long while at the paint shop, but very pleased with the results, I have to say. Looking absolutely lovely. This is going to be one wonderful car when it's finished. Yeah. Well, here's the engine, which has been totally stripped down and now put back together with new bearings and rings and obviously all new gaskets.
I can't wait to hear this one start. So yeah, that's pretty much us done for 2020. We're locking the doors up and going to have a much needed rest. If you want to keep up to date with what comes through the italicar doors in 2021, remember you can always subscribe here, or we're always updating our website with the projects as and when they arrive. But more importantly, we just want to thank everybody for supporting us through 2020. We wish you all a very Merry Christmas, and we cannot wait to see you again in 2021 when we can welcome you back into the workshop and you can see the cars in the metal, and fingers crossed, Cars on the Close, our annual show, will be back in Renson Close in 2021. So watch this space, everyone.